Hey folks, welcome back to the channel, Pop Retro. Find me at Pop Retro1 on Instagram and X, formerly known as Twitter, and facebook.com/PopRetro1 or at PopRetro1 on Facebook, however you want to search for me on social media. I am not on Threads, sorry. Wanted to share with you a stack of new pickups for myself from the small boutique releasing company Culture Shock Releasing, which over the last, I don't know, couple of years has become one of my favorites. They are releasing a lot of stuff that's just kind of in my wheelhouse from the late 80s and the early 90s. A lot of horror and sort of action, low budget stuff, some shot on video stuff. And lately, I've gotten into the like the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s sex comedies, the stuff that the silly crap you'd see on USA Up All Night back in the day, which has really kind of been, I don't want to say ignored, but kind of neglected as far as being released on physical media during this sort of boutique boom that we've experienced over the past decade for Blu-ray and 4K UHD and just physical media releasing in general. So let's start it off with that. And this release, which is volume 1 of their Late Night Classics line that they've just launched. And it is a double feature. We've got Virgin High and Hot Under the Collar. And I love the artwork on this release. These are from 1991 and 92. I think I saw these probably on USA Up All Night back in the day. Here's a look at the case. And they have, I think, 2 or 3 more volumes planned, even now as of this video. So there's a lot coming. There's a look at the discs. What do we got here? Feature films on one disc and special features on the other disc. And there is some reversible artwork. Let's take a look at that. There you go. You got Heavenly Bodies. I guess that was probably an alternate title, or maybe the VHS title. It was also the VHS rental boom of the 80s and into you know, throughout the 90s, really. DVD, launched around 97. And, but 1991, man, this stuff was all over cable TV and your hometown rental store shelves, this type of stuff. So I'm happy to see Culture Shock releasing it. Up next, we've got, also from the 90s, all of these are from the early 90s. This one is from 1992, Death Magic. Look at that art. Look at that. These were, I believe, part of the OCN leg from Vinegar Syndrome. They were a Vinegar Syndrome partner label. They are no longer, but there's a look at the case artwork. I've never seen Death Magic, so I don't know anything about it. It looks like it was the shot on video. I can't tell. This presentation created using the highest quality SVHS materials available. So I don't know if it was shot on film or video. Either way, it's being sourced from an SVHS from back in the day. A lot of these movies really are pretty forgotten, especially for mainstream audiences. And you know, mainstream audiences really aren't interested in a lot of this stuff. So up next from 1993, we've got Flesh Merchant. The Flesh Merchant. Sort of a thriller slasher. Is it a slasher? I don't remember. This one is definitely a shot on video film. You've got, gosh, Neil DeLama, Joe Estevez, James Adam Tucker, Michelle Bauer, Don Stroud, C. Courtney Joyner is in this. This was like, you know, the paydays. I mean, in the early 90s, and through the 80s. Let's see if I can show you this. The disc looks a little racy, so I'm not going to show the actual disc. Well, it's all kind of racy, but there's the reversible art, which I think I can show. For The Flesh Merchant. The Flesh Merchant is one of those that I think I saw, but I don't. A lot of these films that have been released over the last 10 years by boutique labels that I've been able to pick up, I've stuck them in, watched, and realized that, oh wow, I remember that. I remember this part, or I remember that part. And so it's like some of these I must have rented or watched on cable TV back in the day, and just, you know, totally forgot about them, which is also another reason it's cool to bring these back up. All right, one more we've got from 1991, and that is Devil Rider, which I believe was written, produced by some guys that actually ran like a Wild West show. The movie is set at a dude ranch. Some people visit a dude ranch, and it winds up that the Devil Rider, I think, is the bad guy. Some evil, perhaps supernatural spirit going around killing the dude ranchers. This one's shot on film, I believe. Presentation created from a new 2K scan of the original camera negatives. So a film production of Devil Rider. Here's a look at the disc. And the reversible art. I think I reversed this because that's the slipcover artwork. And I think I flipped it around so that the old school VHS artwork was showing on the other side. So there you have it, folks. We've got Devil Rider. We've got The Flesh Merchant. We've got Death Magic. And the double feature, Volume 1 of Late Night Classics with Virgin High. And was this one Hot Under the Collar? I know it was the collar. Something. I started looking at the cast I didn't mention. You've got like Linnea Quigley and Burt Ward from Batman in these. And gosh, who else was in these? Michelle Bauer, Melinda Clark from the OC, Daniel Friedman from Slashdance. And so there you have it, folks. 4 new or recent releases from Culture Shock Releasing. And they do have a website. They sell direct, I believe. And I think they are in association with Terror Vision, another cult boutique label, since they left OCN. So you might check that out too and see what is going on with those labels. So there you have it. And thanks for joining me for this video, this short video, trying to keep it short. And I will catch you next time for more haul videos and reviews. And I'll see you then.